Hello and welcome once again to the Outdoor Station, your free audio and video source for all things outdoors involving self-powered travel. Now, Gossamer Gear is a well-known cottage manufacturer of lightweight hiking products based over in the US, of course. A brand which has been in operation for many years and who is at the forefront of consistent production of quality US manufactured rucksacks and shelters for the backpacking market. Now, Gossamer Gear is available in the UK, and of course this means immediate dispatch, consumer protection, excellent customer service, and of course no lottery with the import duties and VAT. In this video, we're going to look in greater detail at the G4 backpack. We'll also look at the optional hip belt and explain to you how to measure your back length to get the right fit for you. However, before we do all that, and to help clarify which Gossamer Gear pack is the right one for you, here's an overview of the Mariposa, the G4, the Gorilla and the Kumo all together. Before we look at one of the packs in more detail, I thought you might like to see the current range that are available as a comparison to each other. Now, before I start, I want to explain that these three packs, which I'll come on to, are long back lengths, large back lengths, and unfortunately this one is a medium back length. That's the only one I could lay my hands on at the time, but we will start with this one. Here you have the Mariposa. This is the pack that the long distance hikers love. The Mariposa weighs in, the capacity of the Mariposa is 47 litres plus 22, and with the hip belt, the optional hip belt, it weighs in at 765 grams. But that's the pack that the general long distance hikers like, and we'll come on and look at that in a little bit more detail in a moment. This is the G4, which is the ultralight pack really for the ultralight enthusiasts, obviously. And the capacity here, we're looking at 52 plus 13 litres on the outside pockets, and this with the optional hip belt weighs in at 468 grams, and we'll look at that again in a bit more detail in a moment. These are the two packs that the long distance hikers are probably interested in, and I'll just compare those again in a second. Then we come on to the Gorilla. The Gorilla is 39 plus 16 litres on the external pockets, and it weighs in at 737 grams. Perhaps a long weekend pack, or possibly if you can get obviously good 50 litres in there, it could actually be ideal for a longer trip, but you've got to have to pack light. Then we have the Kumo. The Kumo here, that is 36 litres. There's no measurement from Gossamer Gear on the size of the external pockets, but I'm guessing around an extra 10 litres or so for the three pockets we've got here. And that, as I say, weighs in at 435 grams, and ideal for a weekend trip or day trips, day walkers and whatever, but a lovely little pack. So let's go back to the two larger packs just to give you a direct comparison. As I say, please keep in mind that obviously that is a long back length and this is a medium back length, so the long back length is just fractionally taller on this particular pack. Now, there is a little bit of confusion with actually what these packs come with. So taking the Mariposa, let's start with that one. The Mariposa comes automatically with a sit light pad, the pad on the back here, the aluminium stay inside the back to give it structure, and a shock cord, some length of shock cord, so to allow you to make up your own compression system over the top or the sides as to suit you. That's what that one comes with. It does not come with a hip belt. The G4, that is what you get with the G4. You do not get any accessories with the G4. You get the basic pack, and that is without a hip belt, without any sit pad. These are all optional extras. So you just get the basic pad, basic rucksack with that one, keeping it to its philosophy of being ultralight, of course. Coming down to the Gorilla, like the Mariposa, comes with the sit light pad, which goes in here, and the metal stay. Now the hip belt, the optional hip belt, which is available for the Gorilla and the Mariposa, is identical. So if you've got a hip belt for one, you can use them on both packs. And it's quite useful having an optional hip belt, because I, for example, would have a long back length on any of the packs, but I'd have a medium belt, which suits my figure, as it were. So that works quite well. Now the hip belt for the G4 is unique to the G4. It will not work with the Gorilla or the Mariposa, so try and keep that in mind. When you order the belt for the G4, it will only fit the G4. And the belt for the G4 comes without pockets. The belt for the Gorilla and the Mariposa comes with pockets.
And then finally, just to add to the confusion, we have the Cumo. Now the Cumo comes with the sit light pad on the back. There is no metal stay inside at all, so it's just the sit light pad and the shock cord inside. Plus this one is actually has an attached, hip belt, which is here, which is a standard 1.5 inch webbing, which actually is removable. You can just unhitch that should you wish to do so, and possibly replace it with something else or not at all. So that is what that one comes with. So from a size point of view, as I say, keeping in mind that that is a large back length and this is a medium back length, you can just see how they compare from the side and from the front, and then from the back as well. Obviously the sit light pad is in this one at the moment, just purely for packing point of view, so you can see what's involved. That's those two. And then if you go to the other two packs, you have the Gorilla and the Cumo. The Gorilla and the Cumo are both long back lengths, and they've just got padding in there at the moment just to give you a flavour for how the sizes actually compare. So that's a brief overview on all the 4 packs we have in front of us.
So if that's whetted your appetite to know a little bit more about the G4, let's now get down and dirty and into more detail with that particular pack.
The Gossamer Gear G4 pack, the ultralight pack that all ultralight backpackers want to get their hands on, now available here in the UK, of course. What a fantastic system this is. I mean, the whole pack itself is 52 litres internally and 13 litres externally. It is provided as is. There's no frame system to it, no foam support system, and the pack weight is 468 grams for a medium back length pack. There is an optional hip belt. The hip belt comes without pockets, and the weight with the hip belt, as I say, is 468 grams, so you can save weight by not having the hip belt. So let's have a look at some of the features on the pack that everybody wants to see in close-up. Very, very simple pack, but it's certainly got everything that an ultralighter needs. So at the front of the pack here we have a massive mesh pocket that goes right to the very bottom of the pack, right down to the very bottom there, so you can take a huge amount of stuff in there, your wet gear, your shelter, whatever it might be, anything you want to dry and air, it will all go in there. On the sides, both sides have got massive, massive pockets, and they've also got the tabs either side here where you can apply some shock cord to compress the side down to act as a compression system. Again, on the other side, you've got exactly the same pocket. So obviously what this means in reality is that you can store a massive amount attached to the outside of the pack, but if you're wearing the pack and you want to reach for something, a camera or a GPS, whatever it might be, you haven't got anywhere you can do that. So you need to take that into account because you won't have it on the hip belt either. Coming round to the back of the pack. Now this pack I'm showing you is with the sit light mat. This does not come with the pack. This is an extra thing that I put in here just to give this pack some structure so we can show it and demonstrate it. But you have a wide padded shoulder harness. Now this shoulder harness is definitely more for the male form than the female form. Although I've seen ladies wear these packs, then you must take that into account that it isn't necessarily complementary to the female form, and it may or may not suit people of that size and shape. Adjustable chest brace, as you would expect, with a whistle on it, and at the bottom of the tabs for when you adjust the tension, there is a male and female clip which is designed to tuck those bits of webbing out of the way. I'm not a great fan of that. I would just take those off because I don't think they're very comfortable or much use, to be honest. Now, what many ultralighters do with this back system, of course, is replace it with their sleeping system. And this is, I'll just show you how to do that now. It's fairly straightforward. Now, while I've got the pack like this, one thing I do need to mention is that a medium back length pack and a long back length pack will take a standard sleeping mat. By standard sleeping mat, I'm talking about, there's a Thermarest one, a ProLight 3 here, and as you can see, that is the full length of the back length there, and that can be the ProLight, there can be a Neo Air, and it can be some of the other sleeping mats on the market. Now the small back length, this rucksack comes available in a small back length, will not take a full length sleeping mat. It is just too compressed and too short. I've actually tried it, it doesn't look very good, it doesn't sit very well, so you need to take that into account if you are a smaller person thinking you use a small mat in there. Of course, the other option would be actually use a foam mat and physically cut it down, but the inflatable mats won't fit in there. Now it's very, very simple to replace this. You just literally pull the sit mat out. Obviously you can use that to sit on should you wish to do so, and then take a short sleeping pad, which this one is, ProLite 3 short, tuck that in, and you've got a nice little exit hole in the corner here, and you can actually put some air into the valve down there as well. So you can see straight away that keeps your sleeping mat tucked away, separated from the contents of the rucksack. It gives you a little bit of structure, give a bit of air in there, and that'll give you some structure to give your pack some support, and it keeps it separate from everything else. And should you wish to sit on it, for example, during a break, you just take it out and sit on it. So that's quite useful. But in particular, with a sleeping mat, it reduces down the bulk inside your pack, because packing a sleeping mat inside a pack obviously takes up space. You have a simple lash strap at the top of the pack there. The lash strap has enough play on it so that should you want to put ropes, for example, or your jacket, or perhaps a sleeping mat system or a shelter or whatever it might be, you can strap it underneath there and strap it down, and that just simply unclips. And then we have the usual pull cord system for the top here, and a reasonable neck on it to allow you flexibility to pack the bag. And I'll just lift that up now if you want to just show the full depth of the pack there. That's quite a size pack, quite a size neck there, so you can get a lot of equipment in the pack. There, inside the pack, there isn't any hydration system, there isn't any frame structure, there's no frame sockets for the aluminium frames that Gossamer Gear do. It's not designed for this pack. This pack is a minimalist pack. However, on the back sides, or just on the sides really, you've got the hydration exit holes should you use a platypus or something similar and have the pipe coming out of the pack there. So all in all, you're looking at a very, very simple, as it's designed to be, lightweight hiking pack with a fantastic capacity. You have to think about your frame structure. If you're going to use a sleeping mat system or use any other system here, to think about how the pack will have structure. It comes without any accessories. You have to buy the hip belt separately, and the hip belt that is specifically for the G4 comes without pockets. So keep that in mind, because obviously you won't have hip belt pockets and you won't have pockets on the side that you can reach when you're wearing the pack. But it is designed to be a specific type of product, a lightweight pack for lightweight enthusiasts who know what they want and know exactly how they're going to be packing their equipment. So that is the Gossamer Gear G4.
As mentioned, the hip belt is an optional extra. Some people prefer not to have one at all, so there's naturally a weight and bulk saving. However, if you do want to use one, here's a very brief explanation of the belts on offer.
Let's talk for a few moments about the hip belt options which are available for the Gossamer Gear packs. We've got 6 hip belts here, 2 types in 3 different sizes, small, medium and large. The ones nearest the camera here, these are the hip belts for the Mariposa and the Gorilla pack. Slightly wider, more padded, more supported, and obviously they have pockets on each pack. These 3 here are small, medium and large, which are only suitable for the G4. They will not swap between the packs, so I'm afraid you have to get the right belt for the right pack. Now the hip belt pockets are reasonable on these padded belts here for the Mariposa and the Gorilla. Certainly get a GPS in there, some chocolate bars, a few extra bits and bobs perhaps, but practically useful. Whereas the belt for the G4 has no pockets at all. However, what it does have is removable padding. In keeping with its ultralight philosophy, you can just pull the Velcro open there and pull out the foam padding which is supplied, and obviously replace it with small items of clothing, which is what the Gossamer Gear original packs used to do.
So the great advantage of a pack which is produced in a different back length is that there's more chance of getting one to fit perfectly. The majority of one-size-fits-all packs you might see on the high street are suitable for those lucky people who are close to 5'10". However, this is why people like myself, over 6 foot and under 5'8", are continually disappointed and frustrated with a pack that doesn't fit. Measuring your back length is quite a simple operation, as this one shows. Well, I hope there's been plenty of information in this video about the G4 and it'll help you decide if it is the right pack for your needs. Please subscribe to all our various feeds and keep an eye out on the Outdoor Station website, as there's plenty more audio and video podcasts coming every week. Until next time, you lightweight, ultralight, whatever, ultralight enthusiasts, bye for now.
This machine will have eyes, ears, and a voice.